suck it, fuck it, or leave it alone. Welcome to Squared Circle Cinema, where...
Whoa.
Sorry. Welcome to Squared Circle Cinema, where we discuss feature films starring professional wrestlers. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, duh. And I'm with Ryan the Muffler Bruckner. Hi, Ryan!
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Oh, sorry. You need a follow-up there, huh? Hi, Ryan. How are you doing?
Swell.
Nice.
I saw that XFL documentary. Did you see it? No. Because you're a loser.
God damn it. I
That
told you.
Figure out technology.
Okay.
Can't figure out how to watch something.
All right. I'm house sitting at my
2017.
mom's right now. All right. I'm spritzing Orchid and I'm petting pussy.
Orchid?
All right. Feeding cats.
Who's Orchid? Your new man friend?
It's not a euphemism, man. All right. It's not a euphemism. Orchid. Orchid load.
You're spritzing Orchid.
I got to spritz Orchid, you guys. Mike, I'm ready for my spritz.
My mom's out of town,
that's just
so
Orchid.
Orchid can come over and we could spritz freely.
Well, Orchid doesn't know how to feed the fucking cats. That's why I have to be here, you know? And anyway, apparently her Roku remote's broken. So I was going to watch it last night, but I didn't get around to it because I couldn't figure out how to work the Roku remote because it was broken. So that's not even my fault.
Well, I'll just
Thanks,
spoil
mother.
it for you.
That's fine.
It was pretty
I
great.
told you about it.
I knew about it.
Charlie
before you told me
Ebersol,
about it,
no.
you idiot.
Charlie Ebersol was on Y2J's
I
podcast.
knew about this for like the last year. You texted that to me. I already knew about
You
it.
son of a bitch. Read the text right now. Read them right now because I
No,
said, hey,
then
man,
I was
I'm
like,
really...
cool. When
Hey,
does it?
I was like,
when
Ryan,
does it come
how
out?
was your
Because I
day?
didn't know when the premiere
That's
date
what
was.
I was going to say. I was like, Ryan, how you doing? I hope you're doing okay because I care about you because I'm a nice guy, you know?
No, you've
And
never
then
ever done
that's
that.
What hi, Ryan. I start every text
You
with, hi,
usually-
Ryan.
There's usually
Hope
some
you're
sort
doing
of
pleasant.
slur.
Oh, bullshit.
There's usually.
And then you asked me. I said, dude, fucking stoking on...
I've never said stoken in my
No,
life.
I have to bring it down to your level because you like to say swear words all the time. So like my texts are like "fuck," spelled F-U-K, stoken on the XFL doc, and then you ask me when is that, and I told you next Thursday on ESPN, but apparently not on the streaming app. That's why I haven't seen it yet. Anyway, what was your question?
Why are you here?
Oh yeah,
No,
pet sitting.
I loved this XFL documentary. I thought it was. There's so much I didn't know. Okay, do you remember when XFL came out? Like,
Ding,
what
ding,
was
ding.
your
Stop
reaction
the
to it?
presses. What did you just say? There's something you didn't know? There's a first, folks. I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
Mike listens back to these podcasts and then he's like, "Why am I like that?"
Why?
And
don't
then
wanna
I
be
say,
that guy.
"You're like that because that's who you are."
Oh.
And maybe he's finally realizing
Yeah,
that.
we were listening back mere moments ago, and there's a moment where I'm like,
Yeah, well, fuck you. You're ugly.
I'm like, wait, was that me? Oh, Ryan, I'm sorry.
You're blowing it. Okay.
Well, what do you remember being a young man and seeing the press conference where Vince
Absolutely. I
McMahon
was fucking pumped,
announced
man.
the XFL?
I was
Me
working
too.
at Target at the time, and we started to sell those footballs there.
Yeah.
And I was like at late night, everyone's closed. I'd like look at the logo. I'm like, yeah, black football with red print. That looked cool. I can't
Did
wait
you
for this thing.
watch more than 2 XFL games?
Yeah, I probably watched like 4 or 5.
I watched
I remember watching
the first 2
I
weeks,
was-
and then I just kind of gave up.
I was like familiar with Tommy Maddox as a name, and I thought he was having a very impressive season.
He's
and that launched his
one of
NFL
the
career.
biggest stars to come out of.
Yeah, so I remember just
XFL.
watching a random game. You know,
Yeah.
well, I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure I watched the week 1 premiere, but I don't remember it at all. Really.
You don't remember Vince coming out going,
This is the XFL.
I just remember they rolled the ball out and then the first guy that got it,
Yeah.
that's your coin toss. You know,
and that
you
caused
claim you.
a shit ton of injuries.
Yeah, right. So they they put the
Yeah.
kibosh on it in like week 3 because like it caused like a million. Like,
What's really funny
every other game, someone suffered an injury because of that.
when they had the press conference when they announced it, all they had was the logo and the ball.
Right. They didn't have
They
any
didn't-
teams.
No teams, no rules set up.
Yeah.
They had no idea what it was going to
So,
be.
do you think it was Vince McMahon and Dick Ebersol who have had success before? And they kind of touch on this in the podcast. His son, directed this 30 for 30.
Mm.
And they're old fashioned dudes. They're just like, they don't have contracts. They're like, we're going to do this deal with a handshake, So do you think they're like, let's do football? Okay, let's do football. And then they just started instantly promoting it, not having any idea.
That's kind of how it happened. Vince kind of had the idea, and I also read that he was kind of wanting to buy the CFL, Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
But then he ended up just hashing the deal out with Dick Ebersol, his old buddy from Saturday Night's Main Event.
He just wakes up in the middle of the night.
Linda, let's try football.
And it coincided with NBC losing their
But
NFL
then what's
contract.
cool about Linda McMahon is he wakes up in the middle of the night in their amazingly elegant, bedroom, a la House of Cards, say, in the White House. He wakes up freaking out. Let's do football. She's not going to be like, oh, shut up, go to bed. She's going to say like, well, what's your
Yeah.
pitch? Let's work this out. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Is Dick free? That guy that produces Saturday Night fucking Live that you're chummy with. I love those stories of those kind of relationships, those hardcore friendships. Like, I will die for you. It's like John Wayne. They're
there's this-
cowboys, man.
There's a scene at the end where they have dinner and they're reminiscing and they're like, "Can you believe that was 20 years ago?" or whatever. And then they're like, "Would you do it if you looking back at all we went through? Would you do it again?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Vince or
do it
Dick?
again." They both agreed to do
Nice.
it again.
Wow.
And then
No,
and
wait. Was the question posed like you do it again and you're going to fail after one season?
No, would you try it again? And
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, I would try it again."
Because it was a great concept, state of the art camera, like in the Jericho podcast aforementioned. Charlie was mentioning that they stole all of these innovative camera techniques for the NFL. Like NFL stole it, and like the hanging cameras on cords and
Yeah.
stuff, and because it was shot like it was a TV show. Like really get into each character and develop characters. But how long is that going to last? My interests fizzled out. Having no idea if it was going to be on a second season. I was just like, I'll come back for the final, the Super Bowl or whatever. But
One of the interesting things
so,
on
but their
was-
answer was, "We'll do it again." Sorry to interrupt. We'll do it. Not that. Sorry. We'll do it again, but this time I think we'll succeed. Right. That's probably what was going through their mind.
Yeah,
All right, I got it.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
God.
Fuck you, dude.
On the second episode or the second week, they had a really good game between Chicago and LA, and it was a really back and forth game. But then they lose all power.
Yeah.
They lose the satellite feed.
Right.
And people are just freaking out, and it's because nobody put gas in the generator they were using.
Wow.
So they go back on the air quite a while
Someone
later.
unplugged that? Some
Huh?
protester?
No,
Who in their right mind would forget that?
Vince blamed it on the NBC people because he's like, my guys are good.
Yeah.
And I figured
the
NBC would be
people
good.
are professionals too. It was
Yeah.
a sabotage. Did they go into any kind of conspiracy theories there?
No.
Really?
But they go back on the air. It becomes a double overtime game, and and Saturday Night Live has to go on late.
There was some unfortunate things that happened. They were unlucky, definitely.
Yeah.
And they had originally had this one game, like Vegas versus LA as their opening game, but they switched last minute to a different game because their coach in the tryout video was like really animated, like a professional wrestler yelling at his his players and stuff. And so they wanted that. Now, this is not having seen it yet, so I don't even know if they talk about this, but this is, anyway, what I remember. Just kidding. This is what I heard on Jericho's podcast. Edit points. But then they chose that game for the first game. And then when the game airs, he's just like subdued. He's like kind of nervous. He wasn't entertaining. And it was a shit game. It was like a blowout. Meanwhile, the game they were originally going to have was like phenomenal. It was like 52-50 or however their points were. Wait, you had to do a 2-point conversion in the XFL, I want to say?
I can't remember.
Yeah. How long were the quarters? Were they 15-minute quarters? I feel like it was a shorter game.
I don't know. I didn't really go into all the particulars, and they don't really do that.
Is the world better with the XFL, yes or no?
Well, I enjoy talking about it, I guess. But
You want to keep going?
nah, I think I'm done.
Okay.
But good doc.
I'm literally as soon as you leave to feed Dusty, and then I'm going to feed the cats, and I'm going to spritz I got to spritz Orchid.
Mike.
Hi, Orchid.
Orchid. Busy. Oh, just stay there like I'm beautiful. God, he's glistening, man. Oh.
He's an Adonis.
I'm going to put it on and watch it.
Okay.
I got to buy a new Roku remote first, though. Right.
Download the app.
Would you like to discuss film number 15 of 4,801?
What film was that?
The Condemned, starring the Rattlesnake.
This is our second WWE film, I think.
It's
that
The
we've seen.
Condemned, starring... Hey! Oh, my God.
Ryan. That's Steve Austin. Where did he come from?
I was hiding under the table, Mike. Oh, that's who was sucking my dick. Ah,
Oh, God.
Well,
how'd I do?
Please.
I give it like a 7. He was a little.
Are you reading something?
You're a little rough with your.
Oh my God.
You're a little rough with your hand there.
This
No, I
This
meant
is
my
awful.
acting. No, this is a good
What
bit.
the hell are you
All right.
doing?
All right, you heckler. Here we go. Ready? Okay. Film number 50, starring me. Okay. Pause for laughter. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh my God, Ryan, where did he come from? I was hiding under the table, Mike. Oh, that's who was sucking my dick. See, that's a joke.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah. How'd I do? And then I was going to say, I'll give it a 7. You were a little rough with your hand. I meant my acting.
When did you write that? What the fuck?
3 days ago. Like, this'll kill. Ryan's going to love this.
You wrote a script of Stone Cold
But-
Steve Austin
Like the
sucking
part I like the part where I was like, go fuck your mama. I'm from a fishing town. I helped the guy find his wife. And then it was going to end with, okay, bye. Gobble, gobble. Because then he'd go back to, and I would say, all right, cool, man. I'm really close.
Wow. That was like a disaster on the level of, I don't know,
Well, I don't know, Ryan. I mean, hell.
the new Coke.
Do you think Steve Austin did his own, the new Coke? What do you mean the new Coke?
You know, new Coke from like the 80s. They decided
Crystal Coke?
to get rid of like Coke and
Oh,
change
yeah.
the flavor, and it's called New Coke.
I don't
And then there
remember
was
at
like a
all.
revolt, and then so they came out with Coke Classic.
Really?
Yeah, it was like one of the biggest.
I've always wanted to
debacles
have a
and-
Pepsi free, like Marty
Oh,
McFly.
Yeah,
Did
or a Pepsi
free-
Perfect
is Pepsi
in the future.
Like, yeah. Well, that's called Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero. Like, I'm embarrassed.
I
to
like
admit.
Coke Zero with a splash of Dr. Pepper.
That's why I like going to El Pollo Loco the Crazy Chicken quite a bit because they have Coke Zero.
Okay.
Ah,
Well,
okay, director, I was a black ops agent, Ryan. All right, you just
there's something that's
you give me the
happened-
steak and I'll be the salt and pepper.
There's something that happened to your Steve Austin.
It's not nearly as
It's
good
not-
as it used to be.
Yeah.
I watched this on Voodoo, Ryan.
There's too much Mike in that Steve Austin.
Really?
Yeah.
What should I focus more on? The gruffiness. I like it when he is just talking, and his voice shakes. He's so mad. That is scary. What if he was your football coach? What if he was your economics teacher? You're like, oh man, God, Mr. Austin is a fucking.
Did you ever listen to that that episode of his podcast where he reads the DMV manual about using turn signals?
What the hell's with the goddamn?
Imagine if he was your driver's ed teacher.
All right, now just pull over there, try to parallel park this motherfucker, and don't spill my beer. Well, that wouldn't be that because that's gimmicky. It wouldn't be like that. He would. What was that? License to Drive, where like the guy puts the cup of coffee without a lid on the dash.
Yeah.
Like, now parallel park this fucker, and this coffee's super hot. It might burn me if you fuck up, and not even fuck up, just kind of break a little bit too. Like, you don't need to know how to do that to drive in this great state of ours.
I
was
hit
probably
the
shot in
curb
the valley,
on
too.
on my driver's exam,
I
and
thought
I
I
still
blew it.
passed.
I thought I blew
Yeah.
it, dude. I was like, fuck. There's no way. Because the whole time the lady was like, I
So
took
much
it out
pressure.
in Corona because I thought, like, oh, this
Me
is just out
too.
in a
In
farm.
Norco.
In Norco. There you go.
Norco.
Because
I
I
took-
heard it was the easiest one.
Yeah,
And I was just thinking,
that's
well,
why
of
I
course,
did
like
it, too.
Santa Ana, there's all these cars and people and traffic.
Yeah.
Fullerton, fuck that. People coming down from Brea and shit. Like, meanwhile, like you might run over a cow if
Yeah.
out in Norco.
There's barely even any streetlights.
And we just took one long rectangle back in,
Yeah.
and I still was like, I don't think I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
No,
on
I
that
hit
one.
the curb when we parked.
You idiot.
Yeah.
You did? That should be an automatic failure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
I felt like
she
I
still
just
passed me.
squeaked by. I did perfect on all the written shit, like 100%, because I'm so smart. What'd you get on the written exam?
I don't remember. I probably
100%
missed like 3
aced
or
it.
4.
Fucking aced it.
I think you could miss 7,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But like I must have. Oh, what happened? I was driving my mom's Beamer. The car phone was, like back when the phone was part of the car.
Yeah.
Started ringing right when I was parking. I was like, shit, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do in this situation? Do I answer? And I just let it ring. Like, it was probably like my mom calling to see how the test is going. Right when I was trying to park, it was like
It's like
late.
the worst
"Hey, did
time
you
to
pass?"
call.
And the teacher, the instructor was like, I'm going to see how he's going to handle this situation. I just let that fucker ring because I had to be at 10 and 2.
Well, what's the Condemned about?
The Condemned is about this television guru, this magnate, right? He's built an empire himself based on what? Network television, and he's tired of it. He needs something more provocative. He needs something more obscene. So he's going to stream on the internet, which is pretty state of the art for its time in 2007,
Yeah.
I'd say.
There's no
And
way
the buffering
you could.
was great.
There, you would be buffering for days.
He is going to stream
What kind of
over the
servers
internet
did these people have?
a bunch of convicts on death row. He's going to chopper them all to an island till death do they part. They're just going to kill each other. The one winner is awarded freedom and a pocket full of cash.
Very similar to Battle Royale.
Very similar to a lot of things. That's
Have
the
you seen
Japanese
Battle
movie.
Royale?
Yeah. That was, I prefer that kind of movie and that kind of tone and that kind of violence because I didn't think this was that violent of a movie.
And then I read a lot of reviews where people were like, it was ridiculously
No,
violent.
it wasn't.
It's not that
It
violent.
explored really violent and provocative human nature, but as far as like the graphic,
Yeah.
content, it, wasn't
And
really.
I found a lot of the the prisoners to be like empathetic of each other and
That's
stuff.
mostly
Like that couple.
that's what I liked
Steve
about
Austin.
this quite a bit. I like that. Okay, we were gonna. It's positive. It's a positive take on human nature because
Yeah.
we have a one bad guy. Basically, he's the television producer, and
legit-
he wants blood and guts. And there's a couple of those criminals.
Yeah, the
But they die
Japanese
off
guy
instantly.
and
Yeah,
Vinny
the-
Jones.
yeah,
They're
the-
like the two worst ones.
Right. But even Vinny Jones was like he was a hired black ops agent too, wasn't he? And he just kinda
Yeah,
was-
but
got
he
used to
kills
killing.
and rapes indiscriminately.
Yes, he is an immoral human being. So is the Japanese guy. So probably was that poor guy that got
Yeah.
impaled being tossed out of the chopper. I like that they went that route though. That we're sympathizing with a man and woman who went on a murder spree, but yet they're like they were in love.
Yeah.
The guy just wanted to find his wife to hold her one more time. I like that. This is definitely better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all, I thought.
A lot better than I thought it was.
It's
gonna
like
be.
a pretty
I would consider this a good
entertaining
movie.
action movie. Yeah.
I think the characters are great. I hated the villain. I loved the director character, and he was just so torn. I loved his death as well.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most real moment.
I recognize that guy from Hostel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's where I'd seen that guy before. I like the concept as well. Cheeseball ending.
You had Steve Austin actually being a special ops guy that
What
was
did you
just stuck
think
in that prison,
of-
which was kind of cool.
Yeah. What do you think of Steve Austin's performance?
I thought he was pretty good. I mean, a lot of the time, I kind of wish he would get to talk more because he's such a great talker. But it's like when he's in a movie, they got to make him like a stoic badass.
Yeah.
But he is such a good talker. I wish we could see a movie with
Yeah,
him
he has to have those
where
one,
he gets to stretch a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
he's given those,
Yeah.
one liner like, "Well, it seems like a tough life. Good
Yeah.
thing it's over soon.
yeah.
I'm gonna kill you." It's like those,
That was I like that line though.
yeah, it's a good line.
Must
But
be
he
a
was
tough
just fed
life.
those kind of lines, and he could definitely have a conversation. But he did with the Mexican guy that just wanted the guy that gave him the keys. Like there was a nice sweet the keys. Okay, explain that the keys because I set it up and I
For the ankle.
go.
They're everybody is wearing an ankle bracelet with explosives tied to it. They have 30 hours to kill each other. There's like a little pin that you could pull from the ankle brace to kill yourself instantly or to kill another person.
Pull the
And then
pin, throw the
there's like
grenade.
a little key that you stick into it to take it out.
Right.
Take it off.
And they push Steve Austin out of the chopper, into this island without his keys.
Or yeah, and keys to the shackles and stuff that they
Right.
were in.
So then the Mexican guy gave him his keys, and he's like, "I just want my wife." And that was a nice. He didn't really say
Yeah.
much. He definitely had the stoic thing, but he's like, "I get it, man. I want my wife too." He said
Yeah.
that with his eyes.
He had
Right?
like a pretty dramatic scene when he's calling his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's an account, not much in it, but
I think it was.
I want you and them boys to have it.
Yeah. Exactly. That was a great scene.
Yeah.
I thought he danced all over the wife. I didn't like the wife's performance. at
wife
all.
was-
She was super stiff.
Not much at all. Well, I think she's a girlfriend, actually. He
I
had some good line. I really
thought it
like
was
that. I'm
great.
from a small village called Fuck Your Mama. I like that line.
Yeah, but I think they wanted him to take over, and he was just like a player in this pretty solid movie. Like he
Yeah.
it didn't become like an action hero, like where, oh, this guy is so awesome, because he kind of just read the lines, didn't go too extreme, and he didn't phone it in. He gave a really solid performance, but he didn't go over the top,
Yeah.
which could, like, as far as it being a good movie, could alienate some of the viewers. It would definitely alienate me because it would be too gimmicky and shticky. I think it's too bad that this movie wasn't more popular.
It was a bomb at the box office, but then I read that it made a ton of its money back in DVD. It made
Yeah.
like $30 million in DVD sales. So
I felt so bad for that black guy.
yeah,
Like he was in Folsom, and then he got transferred, and then he just got caught with a bunch of hash. So now he's on death row, which good to be white. Am I right? Jesus Christ. And he's being seduced by this beautiful woman, and she's only there to kill him, right? Seduces the motherfucker's just like, oh man, that's a nice back rub right there. And he still gets in a pretty funny line though. I don't remember what it was, but something like, damn, these bitches did it again to me. Like he's always falling for it.
Yeah.
Women are smarter than men. It was like that kind of a line. I felt really bad for that guy.
If you're like
Great
really,
scene.
really good
Great
at like
scene.
ankle
There are
locks,
wonderful scenes in this
and
movie.
foot locks, you could totally dominate this game. Just go up to people, tackle them, get control of their leg, and pull their little pin.
That's what she was doing. That was her strategy.
My favorite action sequence was the fight with the big bald dude where he pulls his pin as he falls down the cliff, and he blows up while he's falling off the cliff.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Because he thought it would be the easier way out.
yeah.
What
And
would
then-
you do in that scenario? First of all, how'd you get there? That's what I'm more interested in.
How did I get there?
Yeah, in the scenario where you are recruited to be on this crazy television show
Oh.
streaming online for $49.99 in 2007 terms, not a bad deal.
How would I get on death row?
You basically
I'd probably kill
broadcasting
you.
a snuff. No, I'm at home watching. All right, on
But
my
if
couch.
If I were
On
on
my
death
Roomba.
row and I was on that, and I ended up being on that web show,
Yeah.
it would be because I killed you.
Oh, okay. So I'm not watching.
You're not watching. You're dead.
Wow. Okay. Am I at least spinning in my grave? You know what? You know what, dude? Me as a ghost, I'm like, let's go, Ryan. Fucking kill these guys. You better fucking win. If this is why you were put on this planet to kill me just so you can get on this fucking show, you better fucking win.
Oh, I appreciate your support.
You're welcome. Boo.
You're like Adrian and Rocky too. Win.
Yeah.
Rock. Win. In the hospital bed.
No, but she wasn't a ghost.
They should do that for one of the upcoming sequels, The Ghost of Adrian.
They should.
'Cause he just goes and talks to her grave now.
Dude,
anyway.
after Rocky Balboa, I'm like, let's get some more. I want more.
There's Creed.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Creed yet.
Creed's pretty good.
It's on my list. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I'm gonna knock out the XFL doc, then I'm gonna watch Creed, then I'm gonna watch a Moonlight because I got a screener, and then I'm gonna watch Witch. Am I into Sun? How long?
It's 4.
5, 6, 7, 8. So that's at my pace. You know, I pause a lot to go potty, so it'll probably take 4 hours each movie. 16 hours. Perfect.
Loved
Cat
the
sitting duty.
the
limit.
fight scene with Vinnie Jones and Steve Austin when they're
Yeah.
the final two. I thought
Yeah, it
that
was
was
pretty
one of
good.
the strongest moments.
It was pretty good. There was a lot of foreign objects, a lot of weapons, a lot of
Yeah.
variety. They moved into different locations. They're
well
by a
choreographed.
cliff, and there's the scene where they both jump into the water, and Steve Austin's having second thoughts, and he's like, "Ah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yep, this is till the end." Like that was great. It didn't drag at all. I don't know how long it was, but
This movie was the right length.
yeah. And I was going into it like a minute, or I don't know what's happened to my attention span. I mean, Michael Bay and Pain and Gain, that's ridiculous. But even this, I was like, an hour 47? Come on. And like the first 5 minutes of just thinking like every action movie should be 90 minutes long. Like that should be a rule, you know? But then it was like, I wouldn't take anything out.
I don't think this was an hour 45, was it?
Yeah, it was closer to an hour 50. I think it was like an hour 50.
Oh.
Yeah. But it needed all of it, and I really got sucked in pretty quickly.
I almost felt like, you know how towards the end
I
they
definitely have
they
my bias going into it.
they show the interview
Yes.
with like that reporter and Ian Brickell.
Yeah. And I like that they did that too, because it's like, all right, this is absurd. So at least we'll be in a world where people acknowledge that this guy should be arrested. And I almost like, what was his motivation? Sorry to interject here. Like, obviously, once he gets off that island, the producer, the magnate, the television guy, the heel, he's going to be arrested. Like, did he just plan on just like
He could
killing
probably go
himself
like
afterward?
live on an island or something and
Yeah.
not get extradited.
All right, what were you saying?
I don't even fucking
I'm
know.
sorry. Ryan, stop playing with my Kenner dolls. Put it down.
What I was gonna say is it almost felt like that interview with him and the reporter was like a critique of WWE in a way.
Oh, God.
It's because she was like
I am so
like
disappointed.
the senseless violence.
I
And
wish you
like,
wouldn't have thought of that thought.
No, I feel like
I was trying to derail you for a reason. All right, continue.
yeah, I can't. Sometimes talking to you is like very frustrating.
I'm sorry.
We have this podcast where I try to make a point, and then you just insult me
But that's like
and
kind
not
of
listen to my point.
No, now I'm okay. You have the floor. It's hard to give up the floor, I guess, for me. Interesting.
Yeah,
Am I self-diagnosing?
they
or would
they
you
say that a
that's-
lot about the town drunk in the square.
Oh God.
Just yelling he wants to be heard.
So I'm that guy. How come my neighborhood doesn't have a town drunk? What the hell? I always thought there was going to be one.
I don't know. There's just a way like that reporter was saying about like what we've become with like
Right.
this senseless violence and stuff like that. It's like an argument that like parents groups and stuff have made about
Oh, yeah.
wrestling, especially
Yeah.
during the Attitude Era. And this was kind of
Yeah.
right before they switched over to PG.
Yeah.
They switched over to PG like around the end of 2008. So it's almost like a self-critique.
Now
I
WWE Studios is producing like Shawn Michaels religious films.
Yeah. Yeah. This was like almost them saying like we understand and now we're going to change.
Wow.
That's
Interesting.
that I thought that was kind of interesting because they usually like if you
Well-
would have taken Vince McMahon when he's like we're tired of you getting your intelligence
Yeah, but it's not like that character is Vince McMahon because he would never specifically say anything like
Yeah.
when he had to say like, "What if children watch?" Yeah, children
But
can if they have a credit card.
his argument back then when he's like you're getting your intelligence insulted like in the 90s he was like if you don't like it turn it off. He was like that type of guy and there were kids there there's probably like 10-year-old kids saying suck it to their teachers.
Yeah.
I mean it was a horrible example for young children yet they were probably one of the biggest fans of it. It's almost like he's saying like I realize that now and we're moving towards toning it down and they really did tone it down a lot.
Absolutely.
Um
Yeah, right.
I
right.
don't
Yeah,
know.
this is
I
right
mean,
when
maybe
John Cena explodes.
I'm just grasping at something that might not exist.
No,
but that's just like
that's
something
pretty
that
interesting.
I pulled from it.
because with all that media and violence, I always gravitate towards music and network television, say, or Spike TV, but that's wrestling is a huge component of that violence on television that anyone could.
They were in a fight
access.
with the Parent Television Council
Yeah.
all through the late 90s, early 2000s. Then we're to the point where like they made it a gimmick with like right to censor and stuff. Remember when Val Venus started wearing a tie? 'Cause
Well,
he's like
that's because his dick got chopped off. Poor guy.
no, the
Yeah,
the cutting board was
censor
cold, so he got shrinkage. Remember?
shrinkage. No, I forgot that.
They didn't chop his pee-pee.
Did you actually watch that, or when Raw was on, you were so tired because you didn't sleep at all during the weekend that you read it the next morning on WrestleZone? And the reason why, I would read the
Like no, because I think I I got-
transcripts of the Raw because I would always fall asleep.
I don't think I fell asleep for the choppy your pee-pee.
That probably was the
Part.
first segment.
Towards the end of it, I was able to stay awake.
What was the end of Monday Night Raw for you? I don't mean now we're enjoying it every once in a while.
I watched
now,
it
and I
every single week
as far
religiously
as you
through.
looked forward to it, you would be pissed if you missed it. Like I would go on vacation and be like, God damn it, I forgot to take
I'd
Monday
say
Night Raw."
probably at the start of 2001, like senior year of high school.
That's me, man.
Senior year of high school, like kind of towards the middle when I got a car.
Dude,
When I got a
Yeah.
car is when I stopped like religiously watching it.
Yeah,
But I would still catch it.
I
I
was
would catch it occasionally.
end very end, like going into summer junior year. I was like, I don't know. It's like a bad breakup, you know. I was like, oh, I'll see you every once in a while. But then senior year,
Yeah.
out. Like I was completely out. And I mean, we're never completely out, but you know what I mean. Like
I would still catch it if I was home.
I didn't care about the wrestlers
It was
anymore.
when they did the invasion is when I like definitely stopped.
the
Like
end
when they
of-
kind of botched it is when I kind of was like, all right, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, I gave
And then
it a
I would
good
like
year after
catch
the
a
Attitude Era was over.
WrestleMania or an episode here and there
I
from
would
then
always
on
watch
out.
WrestleMania,
Yeah.
for sure, and Royal Rumbles.
One of your favorite songs is in this movie.
Hero by Nickelback.
I'm a fire starter,
Oh, God,
twisted
yeah,
fire
that scene was
starter.
You guys, there. I noticed by the tomato garden, there's some embers there. Did you? I mean, you guys can smoke. That's cool. But could you make sure the butts are? Who did that? Which one of you guys? Did one of you guys?
I think it was him,
Who?
Mike, or that as I like to call him, the fire starter.
Thank you, you asshole! God, you're such a dick. Do you think you made that funnier because you didn't fucking just hit my fucking softball? I just lobbed at you.
I just like to see you get upset when your bits
You're just
don't
Wayne
go.
Gretzky, aren't
Your
you?
your pre-planned bits that you
You're-
don't share with
I
anybody.
know exactly what's going through your head there. You're like, oh, Mike's coming up with a bit now. I'm going to shoot it down. Deflection. I like hockey, not baseball.
I think it's pretty sad that you wrote that script about Steve
All right,
Austin
no, let's try it
sucking
one
your
more
dick,
time.
and
Let's
you
try it one more
started
time.
reading-
I'm going to kill it. I think I'm going to kill it this time. Film number 15.
You might get sued
of
by Steve Austin.
4801 starring me. Oh my God. Where did he come from, Ryan? I was sucking your dick. Down below. Oh, that's who that was. It's a
Oh,
little
God.
absurd that
Um,
you know my mother?
Steve Austin and Vinnie Jones would often play jokes on each other during the filming of this movie.
Yeah.
Steve would put inflatable sex dolls in Vinnie Jones's trailer, and then Vinnie put up to 50 autographed pictures all over Steve's trailer. These guys were a couple of buddies just joking on each other.
Oh, what a good rib.
What would that
Way to
sound
go,
like?
Vinny.
What would it sound like if Steve Austin was ribbing Vinny by putting sex dolls in his trailer?
Does he have someone to like? Is there a third party perspective? Is he like, you gotta be quiet when you're ribbing, okay? You gotta tiptoe. All right, we're gonna put this. Oh, then he's gonna wake up soon.
Aye. Why's all these?
I put them there. That's why.
In me fucking trailer.
It's called a rib. Maybe he was doing it because he wanted to antagonize him. You know, he's like, oh, this guy thinks he's hard. So he's like ribbing him, right? Just to see how he reacts and if he's a dick about it. So it's not the prank that's the big part. It's the reaction of the prank. I bet they broed it out quite a bit after
Yeah.
being pranked. They're probably like, hey, nice. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you.
Vinnie Jones was actually set to play the main role, but then WWE Studios took over the project. So then they're like, nah, Vinny, Steve's the lead.
Okay.
You're the villain.
I hate to say this. I hate to admit this because you know how much I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. Texas Rattlesnake would have been a better movie with Vinnie Jones as the lead character.
You think so?
I do.
I don't see him as a good guy.
I can. He was
I
a good guy in
only
Lock,
seen-
Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Kinda.
No, he was a tweener.
Yeah, but it was a likable.
He's a
tweener.
criminal.
That's perfect then. Oh, here's the problem. Yeah, the Steve Austin character is not a criminal. He's just in black ops. He was hired by the
Yeah.
government.
He's a white meat
he's
baby
killing
face.
terrorists for America. Yeah, maybe you're right. Have you seen any of the other Condemns starring
No.
every other wrestler on the
I
WWE
kind of want
roster?
to now. I kind
I
of
do
want
too.
to have
The
a
Randy- wasn't
just
Randy
go through
Orton in
each
one?
condemned. Randy Orton's the next one.
Okay, let's-
Condemned 2.
Let's
We
do it.
got to see
Let's
it.
do it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think, yeah,
Next, Condemned 2.
Condemned 2. You got it.
All right. and then we'll see how long we can make it without
To-
giving up.
Isn't like Dean Ambrose in one of them or something?
Probably like 4 or 5.
Oh Jesus Christ! How many are there? Is this like?
I don't know.
I mean,
Condemned
this
and
like
the
Friday the
Marine are
13th?
probably like their 2 biggest series. Oh, and then they have like 12 rounds.
Okay, look it up right now. How many Condemned movies? I mean, are we talking like
Maybe
a
there's
horror
there-
movie franchise?
there
Like, is this
might
like
only be
Halloween?
2.
And now, now it's. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today. We're talking about Condemned X. It's the 10th installment of the Condemned,
No,
starring
there's just
the Native
Condemned
American
2.
Tatanka.
There's just 2.
Okay. Well, let's just watch that then. Really? There's a third one.
It says Condemned. No, they're talking about a video game. No,
Okay.
there's just 2.
All right. Is there any in production? Maybe I don't know. Probably not.
Well, that makes it easy.
Fuck
We
yeah,
just watch
man.
Condemned 2 now.
I think we should focus on Randy Orton's performance compared to the Rattlesnakes. Okay, out of the gate.
I feel like Randy Orton is a wooden actor, but they
I
probably
don't
give him just about the same amount
But
of
if
dialogue.
they let him be that snake, that snaky
but he's
kind of
gonna
guy.
be a hero.
But you can be a snake and be a hero.
Okay,
You know.
like Han Solo.
Yeah, but I don't know. Han Solo is much more charming. But you do it like when that his finisher is like out of nowhere and it's like slithery. He reminds me of a snake, literally, like his mannerisms and stuff. So if he's directed well, it could be a pretty good performance, and I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that tonight, and then I'm gonna watch the XFL documentary tonight. And then I'm gonna watch Moonlight because I got a screener, and then I'm gonna watch Witch. It's also nominated for best adapted.
This is how you remind me. There's a closing Nickelback song.
as a wise man.
If a hero could save us.
Cut it as a poor man stealing. Is Nickelback a good band, Ryan? Yes or no?
No, but I like that song.
I like
This is
Hero
how you
quite a
remind
bit,
me.
man.
I don't like Hero.
Hero's
Hero's dumb.
And they say that a hero could save us. Not gonna stand here and wait. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. I held on to the wind. They're on the top.
Whenever you say you're going to
building.
hold on to the wings of an eagle, you've made a mistake in lyricism.
What's okay? All right, Nickelback, fucking lover. What about I've been to the bottom of every bottle? Big deal. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Great line. What's so good about that song? I don't like that song.
It just
Not
has
like
it has
you,
a good.
so
It
sorry.
has quite a few hooks. You got the never made it as a wise man.
Yeah.
This is how
Couldn't-
you remind me.
then there's a build.
Yeah.
I remember liking the video. I thought that.
And
chick
yeah,
was-
you build to what I really am, not like you. Say sorry.
It'd be a good cover.
It's a very. It's almost. It could be like a screamo song or something. It's very emo-y.
Yeah.
It's just
You're kind of.
if you got somebody else to do it, like the Avril Lavigne cover. It's very piano-y,
like the Avril
subdued.
Lavigne cover
Yeah,
of that song.
It's-
like
it's better.
like how everyone knows that Avril
yeah.
Lavigne.
Check it out, people.
Oh, you were recommending something?
Yeah, check it out.
Wow. Is it like an acoustic kind of version?
It's like piano and some light drumming.
Oh, that sounds. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check that out. I'm gonna watch that, and then I'm gonna watch the XFL. Yeah.
Can we watch you shut up now?
Yeah. See, I keep revisiting this because it didn't work the first time. Where I'm counting off things I'm gonna watch, and hoping that the next time I do it, it'll be funnier. And you're not helping.
Well, how many internet streaming servers would you give The Condemned?
I give it 7 internet streaming buffers, glitches. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it 10 out of 14 internet streaming buffer glitches.
I'll give it 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10.
There you go. Really? I'm
Yeah.
in B territory with this. Like mid B's. Almost a B plus.
7.5 is a
C plus. That's
C
a C.
plus.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of more on the pitchfork scale. Like my 8s, 9s, and 10s
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be
Yeah, you want to
way better. This
That's
is
true.
good for a 7. That's something that can't get above
You're
a
right.
7.
That's fair. I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you. But going into it, I thought I was gonna just hate it. I didn't.
I didn't think I was gonna hate it. It's got
Not hate it,
It's
because I like
starring
action.
Stone Cold Steve
Right?
Austin.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
like action films. Too.
I
They're
feel
always
like
fun.
I feel like I'll like any movie with Steve Austin in
Yeah.
it.
Ultimately,
We'll see. We'll see.
maybe I
it
put my
like how it
expectations
goes.
low on purpose, but ultimately, the sign of a movie is it was better than you thought. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I kind of want to see if we could find a Steve Austin movie where he has more dialogue, and
Okay.
we could kind of critique that for the future after the
Well,
Condemned 2.
Condemned 2, right? Is that it? Oh wait, no.
Does he make a cameo? That'd be cool.
That's a cliffhanger right there.
Yeah.
That remains to be seen.
Well, if you put an S in front of Hitman, you have my exact thoughts on Bret Hart.
Well, I ain't through with you, Vince. Not yet by a long shot.